Good morning. Day 204 of rowing and doing something in the morning. Something. I actually had a lot better energy this morning, but I was avoiding weighing myself because of the weight that I gained over the weekend. And I just added an extra 3 pounds to the 8 pounds that I gained. So yesterday I started to get, like, in the middle of the day, I started to get really, really bad cramps. And I was like, oh, not again. And my cycle sucks because, like, after 5 days, it restarts. And I get the really heavy cramps and the severe bloating. And it's like, when I didn't cheat and I was like strict on carnivore, really strict on carnivore, those symptoms have subsided. But I really do see when you fall off the wagon and you, I guess, fall off as hard as I did, things come back hard, and it did. So anyways, yesterday I told George, like, when we got off of work, I'm like, look, I don't want to work out. I need to take a day off. Like, my back, my stomach, I'm bloated as shit. It's killing me. Let's just go to Costco. Let's go get some eggs and some coffee and stuff. And, it's my birthday, so we'll chill out and hang out for my birthday. So at Costco, got eggs, got coffee. Have to have my coffee. Got eggs, coffee, and he got sushi for him and my mom to celebrate my birthday. I got a bag of Wagyu beef jerky. I think it was Kirkland brand, or I don't know. Anyways, it was teriyaki. I know better to get anything that's seasoned teriyaki. There's going to be sugar in it. But I'm like, out of all the other beef jerkies, that one looked best. And I was like, oh, let's try it. We ate the whole bag on the way home. So it's a lot of sugar. So I can see why I just gained another 3 pounds. So we ate the whole bag. When I got home, I was feeling actually a lot better. So I had more energy. I was like not exhausted. So when we got home, set up the sardines for my lunch, trying to have like a serving. Oh, so at Costco, every time we would go, they didn't have sardines. They didn't have the Wild Pacific. Those are my favorite. I got the King Oscars. They actually had them. There's a sardine shortage. I don't know if anybody else is having problems finding sardines, but there was a sardine shortage. Like, Costco didn't have them. The Walmart, the fancier Walmart, didn't have them. Or the ones I wanted. They had like the ones in tomato sauce. I didn't want that shit. So, yeah, Costco, they had the Wild Pacific. So I got like an actual, I think it's 8. So I got 8 cases. So it should be good for a while. I still got some that I ordered from Amazon. They're okay. I think it's like some Spanish brand. They're all right. The sardines are mushy. So they actually had the King Oscars. They were okay. I don't really like them. I mean, they're smaller, they're firmer, they're good. I mean, they're not disgusting, but I like the Wild Pacific the best. So anyways, they got those. I stocked up. We are good to go. Sardine Sunday, can't wait. So also, I haven't had soda in like a year, an actual like year. I have not had a soda. So, left over from my birthday party, we had some Dr. Pepper Zeros, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I had 2 of those last night, and that might be contributing to the weight gain. Also, I ate a whole bag of pork cracklings too, and I know that we do not need to be ordering that. I'm not buying that. I can't control myself with them, because now I made a hack where I can make it like cereal, and I fucking love cereal. I'll eat a whole box of Count Chocula. That's my favorite. Anyways, so lesson learned, getting back on track. I'm doing good, I think. The big thing is I was like talking to George, and I was like, we can try to not get heavy cream for the coffee, but heavy cream we have a place where we can get raw heavy cream. And like, heavy cream is life. I don't know if I can, my coffee mug, should drink black coffee like Henry says. Like, when I first started, I lost a lot of weight taking that advice, but now I'm kind of broken because I like my coffee with cream. Um, oh, so I'm gonna fold. That's why I'm wearing. That's why I'm wearing my mic. I want to like double task because I have a couple minutes before I got to get ready for work. Oh, so like I said, yesterday I have a bunch of T-shirts that are like movie related and stuff. So this is an awesome American Psycho shirt that I got for my birthday like 3 years ago. Um, so the first time that I completed a 30-day challenge of rowing, which I did back in May last year, but I didn't record it. I didn't post it on social media or anything, so it didn't count. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I was listening to American Psycho on Audible. Like, I love the movie and I wanted to actually like listen to the book. And it was good. I still think the movie was better than the book. The book was just so much explanation. So anyways, I was like, oh, I'm going to try the Patrick Bateman skincare routine in the morning. So I went on, I listened to it. I listened to like, because that book is good because it explains, it's very, very detail oriented, like what kind of clothes people wear and all that shit. So I like the movie better. But it like did a whole list of all the shit that he used for his face and body for his daily routine. So I bought all that on Amazon and it was expensive. It was like $200 worth of shit. And I did it for 30 days. I even did the ice. I have an ice mask. I was thinking of doing that because my face is a little puffy. Not as bad as it was, but it's a little puffy. So I did it for 30 days. I didn't notice a difference. The only difference I noticed was I was $200 less in my account. I still actually have I have like a face wash that I bought when I was doing it, and I use it every once in a while. I'm blessed. My skin is pretty decent, so I'm like, I don't really have to worry about it. I thought it was a fun challenge, but I should have maybe posted it on socials to make it more of a thing and like maybe see if there was a difference, but I didn't notice a difference. I'll tell you, with Carnivore, I have noticed a huge difference with my skin. So when I did my diet reset, I got a coach. She had the physical she looks amazing. I know that's hard work and diet and maybe other kinds of supplements that she might not be disclosing. Who knows? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, like, I'm 46. I bust my ass, but obviously I am not blessed in the gene pool. So I should be happy the way how my body is reacting to what I'm doing to it. I have to still have to figure out what works. But with this diet reset, it was, you were given a list. It was all vegetables, um, you know, avocado, healthy fats, and fruit, like a serving of fruit. So I did it for, it was like, 7 days, the first week, cut out coffee, cut out all the supplements, cut out everything that you can that's not like a prescription medicine. So I cut all that out. I did a coffee detox. It was not as bad as when I did the coffee detox. So I tried to, my girlfriend actually did this program, shaking too much. And so she gave me and my other friend at the gym printout, and she told us what to do. So we're like, oh, we'll do it with you. We just won't have to pay the $250. So we did it with her, and I decided to do a cold turkey stop drinking caffeine. Oh my God. Like, I was in bed shaking, convulsing, throwing up. I had the worst migraine. I thought I was going to have a fucking stroke. My husband, George, was like, I'm going to take you to the hospital. You're fucked. He's like, take a fucking ibuprofen, take some aspirin, take something. I'm like, no, I got to get all this junk out of my body. So after 2 days, amazing, did great. This is when I was a personal trainer. So I was riding my bike to and from work. And then like what sucks with personal training is it's by client, it's not by hour, which being a baker, that's what I was used to, working by the hour. By the client's different. So I have a client at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I wouldn't have another one until like, 1 o'clock. And at the time I was not driving, I was commuting by bike, and the place is pretty far. I think it was maybe 8 miles from the house. So I would ride up to work in the morning, and then I would ride home and like either hang out or, take a nap or whatever, and then go back. I hated it. It was a terrible job, but it was a good experience, because then I realized how much I hated being a personal trainer. I am not, it's different when people come up to you and they want you to tell them shit like at work, but then when they're paying you and they're not getting the results that they want, and it's because, they're not being 100% with themselves. That's why I'm doing this. I know I'm not where I want to be because I'm not 100%. I know what I'm doing. I'm not blaming anybody. And I'm not blaming the diet coach on what happened to my body doing this diet. I'm a binge eater. I'm well aware of it. But also I am a compulsive workouter. I work out. I'm very, very consistent with working out. So I was just trying to find a way of how to mitigate the binge eating. Because I was telling her, I was like, look, I'm kind of where I want to be, but I know I can be better if I can just get this binge eating is a huge thing for me. Especially like coming home from either work or from the gym, and I just go crazy. And I only did one day this week where I didn't do that. The rest of the week. And what's today? Thursday. So, is it Thursday? Anyways, today, yes. I am gonna try to not eat or, stuff my face when I get home and go directly into the garage to work out. But anyways, back to the diet. I broke out in the worst rash. I was like, what the fuck? Why am my arms all, and I didn't record it. I didn't document it. I didn't tell her because I thought it was something that maybe I got from work, or maybe it was stress, maybe getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and working out finally caught up to me. Broke out. Oh my God. And so when I did the detox, and I started to add in the lean meats, which is like just chicken breast, turkey, whatever, adding that in, and then adding in the greens, and then finally like the starches, and I was just binging on fruit. I could not stop. And I told her, I was like, I can't just have a banana. I can't just have a nectarine. I can't just have a serving of berries. I'm eating the whole thing. And I can't stop until it's gone. And I was like, that's why I reached out to you, to see if you could help me with that. So she suggested more vegetables. Stop eating the fruit and just eat vegetables. And that's what I did. I bloated up so bad. My skin looked terrible. My brother even said, he's like, your skin does not look good. So the first week of Carnivore, like the bloating, like I'm bloated as shit now, but the bloating went away, and my skin, like I don't even have to put lotion on my skin. Like it is so soft, and like it just, and I get told like, wow, you look so much better. And I was like, yeah, I guess I was just like over filling myself with just like plants, because that's essentially what my diet was just vegetarian, pretty much, with a little bit of meat and starches. But once I added in the starches, it was game over. And like, I know I totally cheated this week on my diet for my birthday, and I'm slowly but surely trying to get back to where I was before I had that unfortunate incident. And I know it's going to take time, and I have to realize that I got other things going on besides just, nursing an upset belly and trying to detox all the sugar out of my system, and then eating all that jerky that had quite a bit of sugar, I guess, in it. If we had a serving, it would have been fine. It was only 3 grams. We didn't have, I had 5 servings. Georgie had 5 because it was like a serving of 10. So yeah. And the sodas, I'm trying not to make that a habit, but we have a bunch of soda in our fridge from my party. And I was like, Coke Zeros. I used to, when I first started like really looking at my diet to help with the cravings, I would have like a Coke Zero. I have one a day. And I didn't want to make that a habit. So I was able to stop that pretty easily. But I love Dr. Pepper. And Dr. Pepper Zero is really good. So that was a bad idea. I don't know why they don't sell, or maybe they do. And we can't find it down here. But I don't know why they don't sell a case of 6. Like why it has to be a 12 pack. Like maybe they have 6 packs. I don't know. I didn't see any. I know they had like 6 packs of like, I don't know, was it liters? Like the plastic bottles, but I guess it was good I didn't get 6 because, I think there's only like maybe 4 left. I know that I got it for my cousin. She likes Dr. Pepper Zero. And apparently I do too because I had 2 yesterday. And I know better. And I also know that even though I'm doing carnivore and I'm doing like pretty much no carb or low carb, there's certain things that I need to keep away. And pork cracklings is one of them. And I feel bad because Georgie likes to use them for his soup. To be honest with you, Georgie doesn't really need to be eating that shit either. But whatever, right? Yeah, so that was the nice thing about carnivore. With carnivore, when I was doing Patrick Bateman's skincare routine, doesn't even compare. What a difference it is when you do something that's internal that comes out. But hey, people are going to say the same thing about vegetarian. Like, I'm vegetarian, and like everything has its place, and every body is different. And like obviously, I cannot have a cookie. I cannot have a piece of jerky that has a little bit of sugar in it, or I just go crazy, and it sucks. So, that is the nice thing about carnivore. Like the food noise has pretty much been quieted. I just think because of how I was during this weekend, it's making it a little bit more difficult, or maybe my body's trying to get nutrients that it needed that I neglected to give it this week because of what's going on. I have to be honest with myself and realize that, yeah, I have uterine problems, and I do have a very, very heavy it was so bad yesterday. And I had to go and drive to a different city to expedite some parts. So I had to pull over because there was an emergency. I forgot about that. I was okay and I was prepared, but I'm just saying, like, it sucks. And like when I was doing the Highland Games and I was on a really bad day. Oh my God. This is really gross, but it was a really, really bad day. And luckily, because usually they'll just have porta-johns, and I was like, I need a bathroom that has a sink. I know it's gross, but I need a bathroom that has a sink at least. So if I have to clean up, I can. Now I know better. Now I am prepared. I have period underwear too, so I wear something, and I have extra protection because sometimes I need it and sometimes I don't even know. And they're like, well, you can get your uterus removed since, you're at that point now where you're not going to want kids, and that's for sure. I have friends that had kids when they turned like 43. And my patience for that shit. No, ma'am. Good for you. I'm happy for you. But that's not my card. So they're like, you can get it ablated or you can get it removed. And I was like, I'd rather wait. It's something that I can mitigate. Because I know once I get it removed or ablated, it's going to put me in menopause, and then I'm going to have a whole nother host of things that are going to be an issue. Um, I would rather wait until I naturally get into menopause and then have it removed, just so that I can absorb all the natural hormones I can until I can't anymore. So that is the plan. But in the meantime, um, when we did that one competition, and they actually did have like a regular bathroom, and it was a lifesaver, because that was every time I threw a clot. That's pretty much what it was. And I had the worst cramps, but I muscled through it. When I told Georgie, I'm like, never again, I'm not competing in this state again, because it's embarrassing. You know, you have to wear a kilt. And I'm like, George will come up to me, he's like, you're bleeding. I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. So yeah, now I'm better prepared. It's just the way how it is. I know there's some people out there that deal with it, suffer in silence. I remember listening to this one lady. She was talking about it. It's like on YouTube, you know, when I was diagnosed, and then I started like actually um, researching about what's going on. This one lady was saying her symptoms, and how, like, she was like at a restaurant, and she flooded, and like the chairs were, she didn't know that this was going to happen, was not prepared. And the restaurant chairs were white. I'm like, that is the biggest fear for me. It's like, I don't wear anything white. Everything I wear is black or dark blue. Everything. I know it's gross, but that's beyond, you know, but that's just the way how it is. It's the way how I have to be. But yeah, it's my, like, people. We were at a guy's house, a friend of ours from work, and I had an incident, and I told Georgie, but Georgie was drinking, so we were not leaving. So I'm over there, and I'm like, I can't sit down. The guy had a white couch, and I was like, I just threw a fucking clot, my guy. And I'm like, I didn't have anything. You couldn't see, because I was wearing black workout pants. And I told him, like, I can't sit down on the fucking couch, because Georgie's like, sit down, hang out. I'm like, I can't sit down and hang out, fuckface. I just threw a clot. I'm like, it's so embarrassing. And I was like, I think we were there for like 4 hours, and then we could go. Sorry about that. My coffee's cold. So anyways, yeah. Carnivore, I get strict. I stay strict for a month. Probably in 2 weeks, if I can get all this junk out and get back on track, I'm sure I'll feel better for the next cycle. I mean, the goal was to lose enough body fat so I wouldn't get it anymore. No, no, ma'am. My uterus will not let me do it. It's like it takes over my brain, and I have to eat. It just makes me eat out of control. And my cousin, we were talking, and my cousin's like, "Oh, well, you're on testosterone." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been doing it. Been on it for 6 years now." And I mean, like, I would love to higher dose. They won't give me a higher dose because it's not like, I mean, I feel like going to a different clinic and telling them I want to transition, but now I'm like, I mean, I get it, maybe doing it when you're like 20 or 30, but now, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when I get my blood work done, which I'm nervous about, to see like how high maybe my cholesterol is, but my cholesterol has always been really, really low. Get that inside out. And so we'll see. I'll totally disclose that. But mostly what it is just to check my hormones. So I'm interested to see how carnivore is affecting not only, you know, my cholesterol, my lipids, but also how it's affecting my hormones. I feel amazing when I'm on it and I'm strict. It's just but I mean, I think I'm pretty much strict on it. I think the only thing besides what I did on the weekend, I guess maybe the sodas, that's not strict. I don't consider that strict. Um, the pork crackling cereal, maybe the stevia might be doing something, even though I've eaten it before. And I mean, I would lose weight. So I just think it's a couple things that I have to figure out what's going on. And so we'll see. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about it. I went a little bit longer than I normally do. But anyways, you guys have a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.